The Amazon rainforest, once a symbol of life and biodiversity, is now facing a silent catastrophe. Gold mining is not just cutting down trees, it's turning the lush rainforest into a barren desert. Despite efforts to reforest mined areas in the Amazon, trees refuse to grow back. The soil remains dry and the land is inhospitable. Replanting efforts fail year after year. What is causing this irreversible damage? Recent studies have uncovered a hidden culprit that threatens the very essence of the rainforest. And it's not just the trees that are vanishing, but the life-supporting systems beneath them. What once thrived as an intricate, interlocking ecosystem is now crumbling from the ground up. The damage isn't just on the surface, it's embedded deep into the Earth's biological memory. On June 2, 2025, a groundbreaking study was published in Communications, Earth and Environment. Led by geologist Abra Atwood of the University of Southern California's Dornsife College, the team examined over 36 sites in the Madre de Dios region of southeastern Peru, one of the world's most intensely mined parts of the Amazon. This region, often called the Wild West of gold mining, has become ground zero for one of the most ecologically destructive forms of resource extraction. Unlike industrial operations, these small-scale mines are unregulated, chaotic, and frequently illegal. The miners work fast and furiously, prioritizing short-term gains over long-term sustainability. Their work revealed the shocking aftermath of small-scale gold mining, known locally as minería artesanal. These operations scrape away the Earth's surface using high-pressure hoses, dredging rivers, and destroying vast areas of forest in the search for gold specks. But the true devastation lies in what's left behind. Barren piles of white sand, former riverbeds stripped of nutrients and organic matter. The surface temperatures of these sand mounds can soar to 145 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius, hot enough to burn the soles of your feet. Worse still, this altered soil drains water up to 100 times faster than undisturbed forest soil, according to the study's findings. It cannot retain moisture nor nutrients. In effect, it becomes anti-soil. You could water a seedling every day, and it would still wither and die under these conditions. Co-author Josh West, a professor of earth sciences at USC, captured the problem plainly. It's like trying to grow a tree in an oven. Even when native species are replanted with care, the survival rate is dismal. The underlying damage is just too great. The research team even tested soil samples under controlled greenhouse conditions. While seedlings from intact forests flourished, those planted in mined sand barely sprouted, if they grew at all. The contrast was so stark that Atwood likened the mined soil to a sponge made of gravel. Water runs through it, but nothing holds. The destruction caused by gold mining isn't limited to what you see from above. It's chemical, biological, and hydrological. When miners use mercury to extract gold from river sediment, a method still common despite international bans, this heavy metal seeps into waterways, poisoning aquatic life and people alike. In the Yanomami indigenous territory of Brazil, mercury levels in fish and in human blood have reached alarming levels, causing neurological damage, birth defects, and widespread illness. In Peru, similar effects have been documented. A 2023 study by Duke University researchers found mercury contamination in over 80% of hair samples from residents living near active mining zones. The impact on wildlife is just as dire. Mercury disrupts reproductive cycles in fish and birds and bioaccumulates up the food chain, reaching predators like jaguars and river dolphins. Entire ecosystems are being slowly, invisibly poisoned. And yet the scars are not only chemical. When gold miners gouge out sediment and destroy riverbanks, they disrupt the region's natural water cycle. The forest, once capable of recycling its own rain, loses that capacity. Moisture is no longer held by the canopy. Clouds no longer form as frequently. As more forest is stripped, even nearby intact areas begin to dry out. This effect is known as hydrological shadowing, where deforestation in one zone creates a rainfall vacuum in surrounding areas. In some parts of the Amazon, rainfall has dropped by up to 20% due to nearby mining and clear-cutting. Rivers that once flowed year-round now dry into cracked streambeds during the dry season. The domino effect continues. Without trees, the soil erodes. Without shade, the heat intensifies. Without moisture, the forest cannot regenerate. Between 2001 and 2013 alone, gold mining claimed more than 1,600 square kilometers of Amazonian forest, an area larger than Los Angeles. And unlike logging or farming, which can, under strict management, allow for regrowth, gold mining leaves land so degraded that many experts now consider it permanently lost. The Amazon is not just a carbon sink. It is Earth's circulatory system, driving weather patterns, stabilizing the climate, and harboring more than 10% of all known species. Trees in the Amazon don't just grow. They pump moisture into the atmosphere, feeding rain clouds that water crops as far away as Argentina and the American Midwest. When even small-scale mining threatens such a vast system, the implications are global. The loss of trees releases stored carbon dioxide, contributing directly to climate change. The breakdown of ecological networks affects pollination, seed dispersal, and the food web across South America. Efforts to stop this devastation are ramping up. In Brazil, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's administration has increased surveillance using satellites and drones to target illegal mining camps. Scientists from the National Institute for Space Research are now able to detect environmental changes in real time using radar imaging and machine learning tools. Meanwhile, forensic geochemistry is being used to trace gold's origin, helping authorities intercept illegal shipments and close supply chain loopholes exploited by cartels and criminal networks. By analyzing isotopic signatures in gold bars, investigators can now determine which region, and sometimes even which mine, the metal came from. Still, enforcement is difficult. In many remote regions, mining is the only economic opportunity. Poverty drives participation, and corruption enables impunity. Some regions have been taken over entirely by garimperos, illegal miners backed by heavily armed criminal networks. These operations often function like paramilitary zones, making enforcement not just a legal challenge, but a matter of personal risk. Reforestation remains a noble goal, but it's no longer enough. Soil rehabilitation, water restoration, and mercury cleanup must be added to the equation. Conservationists now call for a three-pronged strategy: prevention, restoration, and justice. Programs are beginning to emerge. Biochar-based soil amendments, for instance, show promise in slowly rebuilding the fertility of mined lands. Other groups are experimenting with mycorrhizal fungi to jumpstart plant root networks. There are pilot projects using native grasses to stabilize dunes and micro-irrigation to restore basic hydration levels. But these solutions are expensive, experimental, and slow. The Amazon is more than just a forest. It is a living, breathing system upon which the entire planet depends. The irreversible damage caused by gold mining is a warning, not just for South America, but for the world. As researchers like Abra Atwood and Josh West continue to expose the invisible wounds left behind by extraction, one thing becomes clear: healing the Amazon will take more than planting trees. It will take bold science, strong policy, and a global reckoning with the cost of gold. To keep up with the latest science stories, real discoveries straight from the journals, subscribe now. Join us as we explore the hidden truths shaping our planet's future.